So Dan, how are you feeling ahead of the big event in Marbella on October the 12th?
Super excited. I've trained really hard for this. As you know, I work, in Unit 41, training all the children. I do strength classes in another gym in yours. My work schedule is very busy, and I find some time to get my full professional training ahead for this massive event in Marbella on October the 12th. This is a fantastic opportunity to show people that I'm the baddest bare-knuckle fighter on the planet. It's a great platform, and Conor McGregor is backing this event because he's one of the owners of BKFC now.
How does your preparation for a bare-knuckle fight differ from a regular boxing match?
Of course, people always ask me questions. How do you prepare for a bare-knuckle? Do you spar bare-knuckle? Do you punch the bags bare-knuckle? And for me, I don't. I prepare as if I am fighting, as if I got gloves on. If I look after my hands, then my hands are healthy for when I fight. When I fight, I break my hands usually in the first 30 seconds, both of my hands, because my hands are hitting skulls and elbows and tough parts of the body that obviously are a lot stronger than the hands. So usually after the first round, both of my hands are broken.
So what safety measures do you take to protect your hands before and during a fight?
Of course, for me, I make sure that I wrap my hands nice and strong. I use a fortress wrap that has lots of padding. So when it's here, so when I'm punching, it takes the strain from the knuckles to the wrist, so it protects my hands. Also, I use double wrap, and I use a rival boxing glove that has lots of padding. So when I'm punching the bags, I'm not hurting my hands. So then after the training, then my hands then feel really good. I do sometimes also ice my hands after training, and sometimes when I hurt my hands, I might have to take some anti-inflammatories.
How does fighting in Marbella influence your mindset? And does the location and atmosphere play a role in how you prepare?
100%. For me, Marbella is such a beautiful place. We have sun, palm trees, and the beaches. Porto, a lot of people see that it can be a distraction, but for me, I'm very regimented in my work schedule, my training programs. I live a really healthy life. I portray what I am and what I do. So for me, I love going to the beach with my dog. I love training. I like doing all the people call it as boring, but my life is very organic, and I love to do all the simple things in life. Now, training in the sun is one of the most happiest things that you can do. I wake up to the gym, and I'm smiling, and I go home to the sun. And as you know, vitamin D is really good for us athletes. It helps with our bones, helps with our muscles, and it's just, for me, Marbella is a fantastic place to train because, my private life is very organic and healthy.
What's your pre-fight routine for an event like this?
For me, once all the training has been done, rest is super important to me. When I've been training 2 to 3 times a day with my work, for me, it's leading up to the fight. I have to make weight also. So on that final week, the final preparations are super, super important, and rest. So for me, the training slows down. I rest, and then I do training where I don't work hard. I just sweat and do as less as possible and sweat as much as possible to make my weight. I start cutting my water, start being smarter with my meals. And then once I've weighed in, I can rehydrate, get my food down me. And it's really important that I use hype supplements, the proteins, the energy drinks that I have that are sugar-free. These are all things that help me on making my weight leading up to these big events. One of the most important parts is if I don't make my weight properly, then I won't perform the best Dan Chapman that can be. So when I do it the correct way, and I hydrate, and I get the supplements behind me, and I have the vitamins and the BCAAs and the proteins, and cutting out the sugar is a really big part on Dan Chapman performing and getting the best version of Dan Chapman after all the training that I've put in.
Is there any specific music you listen or rituals you stick to before entering the ring?
Yes, I'm a very calm fighter, so for me, I have really strong rituals on. At this moment, when it comes to the fight, I give less energy as possible. I save that energy for the fight. I really hold back on who I speak to, what environments I'm in. Usually it's always a calm environment. So when I go into my change room, everything is really relaxed and calm. And leading up to the fight, as soon as I have the nod that I'm going to be on in 3 or 4 fights, then the switch changes. All my kit is organized, and I listen to my favorite type of music. And also leading out to most of my fights that I've had a guy called Danny Miami. He's an original artist from Wales, and he raps out to my ring walk, and that just gets me in the mood, in the zone, and then I'm ready to fight after that.
What's the one thing you're most looking forward to about fighting in Marbella?
For me, I've been doing boxing now for nearly 22 years. So, you know, I'm coming to the last part of my career. And I've traveled the whole world. I've been Team Wales, Team GB. And now, boxing isn't about winning or losing for me now. It's about expressing who I am. And all the training, the time, the minutes, the hours, the months, the years, I get to dedicate it and display all the skills that I've learned over the last 22 years. And it becomes like more like a show for me now. So when it comes to go under those lights, I don't get nervous, I'm very confident, and I just get to express myself and be really authentic with that. And that is also for me to inspire the young kids, the younger generation. So if I can do it, they can 100% do it.
How excited are you to represent Hype Energy at this event? And what makes it a good fit for this type of high-intensity sport?
I think it's a fantastic idea. Over the years of my training, I've always loved to have energy drinks and supplements, because sports science it's gone such a massive part of boxing now. So we got to make sure that our nutrition is spot on. And for me, I love the energy drinks with the Hype. These are amazing motivation, and it makes me feel really good in my training. And these are just the little 1% to help me get the best version of myself in the training. So then when it comes to that final product on October the 12th, then yeah, it becomes a spectacular performance.
In your opinion, how does Hype Energy serve as a valuable asset for athletes competing in a physically demanding sport like bare-knuckle boxing?
I think it's not just about bare-knuckle boxing. I think it's going to be a fantastic product for all sports, because it's clean nutrition. You know, they support it, we get drug tested. These are real vital parts of us athletes. And when we are taking on supplements and brands like Hype, the pre-workouts, the proteins, that when we get drug tested, that you guys have verified the products, so then nothing is going to come up in our drug tests. These are only natural, organic supplements that help us with our day-to-day training, that help us to be the best version of whatever sport that you're in.
Do you have a message you want to send to your fans and aspiring fighters attending or watching the event?
Please guys, tune in on October the 12th. It's going to be a gladiatorium event. It's going to be blood, guts, glory, winners, losers. There's going to be happy faces, there's going to be sad faces. But it's going to be a fantastic event, because everybody from Marbella and many parts of the world and Europe are going to be tuning in. It's on DAZN Sports, which is a massive platform for us. And now that's going to put bare-knuckle on the map, and now it's becoming a legitimate sport. So guys, tune in. Please watch Dan Chapman put on a fantastic performance, and I'm looking forward to spending some time with Team Hype in the next coming weeks.